community. I think it's a very different community. This is us basically, and we're working together. Because we need change, and if we don't do it, and if we don't create it by ourselves, who's gonna do it for us? So we need to do something about it. I
So
don't know
that,
if I answered the question.
yeah, so that was your way of taking first, not doesn't have to be first, but one of the steps.
Yes.
So welcome for Songs World Peace Artist Interview 2023, and today we have Milad. How are you,
Thank
Milad?
you. I'm good. Life is
Okay.
good. I'm in it.
Yeah, we are in it. Yes. That's the
Yes.
most important thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me jump into the questions. What year did you participate in Songs for World Peace? And what's your song title?
It was 2021, and the title is ChaharGah.
What does ChaharGah means?
So in Persian music, we have different system of scales, and we have one gah, yegah, dogah, segah, chargah. So one is yek, do is 2, 3, 4. Char means 4, and gah means moment. So it's like 4 moments.
For
And it's also a scale, and it's a scale for us that we use, and yeah, it was chargah.
Is it like a pentatonic but with 4?
It's in Western music we call it double harmonic major.
So you wrote this song based on that concept?
No, it came out to me that way because Persian music is it's the language. It's not about the music. It's about what we want to say, how we communicate. If somebody wants to learn Persian music, they have to learn the language and the poetry, and then they can connect to it.
What was your motivation to compose this song and also to participate in Songs for World Peace?
So I think it's an interesting concept for me, at least. I think it was around 2012 or 2011, I heard about the human hunters in south border of the US. So I was really angry because what they do is there are people that they go at the border with guns and they hunt the immigrants that they cross the border. So it got me really angry. I was terrified basically. One night I had a bad dream. I saw myself as one of those immigrants crossing the border to US. I was in the middle of the desert walking, but since I'm not a Mexican or somebody who comes from the border, south border, I saw myself crossing the border from Iran to Turkey. So over there is a lot of mountains. We were just like in the mountains basically. So now I'm walking in the mountain and it's really tough. It's really cold. It's full of energy. It's with a lot of emotions. And then I saw myself screaming and shouting in the mountain. So the mountain was replying back to me, and like an echo, basically. I heard the mountain, and then I was trying to connect with it, and then I sat down. I started mourning, basically. So the mourning and the energy is part of the Persian music in ChaharGah. Actually, we use that. That's why it's ChaharGah. So I started mourning, and then I mourned a little bit, and then that's me now. Again, got up and say, "Hey, man, you got to move on. You got to move forward." I got up and I just took step by step, and then I passed through the dream. So that's the concept of the music. So when it starts, it goes bam, 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 da 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 da. This part basically we see it as a 6, but in Western music they call it as a 7 or 5. So, but we clap with it like that, da 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 da. We go down, 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 da 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 da. That's how we hear it. And then at the end of it, it was like da 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 da. That's the echo of the mountain.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because I was screaming, I was shouting. So da da da. And then I sat and it's like da 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 da. So this is the Iranian way of doing it. You go da 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 da, and then the rest. Da 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 da. I'm mourning now. And then I said, "Hey man, you just got to move on." And I got up and I started moving. And I said, "Let's take the step." And I started taking the steps. And that's the C section of the music. So I got up and moved.
Wow, so it's like the song is the process of your like emotional journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful and powerful as well. Because we don't see
Thank
or
you.
we don't feel the emotion like from the outside, but we can hear it through music. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for for your answer. Next question is, so what? How did your song and in your participation for Songs for World Peace impacted you or your community?
So the thing is, I mean, I already spoke to you about it, but I don't release music I mean, I don't release anything.
Mm.
But this music, I released it because I'm very connected to you guys, and I deeply love you guys. You're my close friend, and yeah, I mean, what you guys are doing, I think it's fantastic, and I felt connected. And
Yeah.
how, yeah, and how it impacts my community. I mean, I just try doing what I can do, and I call my surroundings as a garden. So I just plant flowers. That's all I can do. So I just
Mm.
water them and just that's it. That's all I can do. I do what I think I can do, and the rest, let's see.
Yeah, every artist also, each of us can only do so much, but
Mhm.
we really appreciate that your participation. And because each of us can do only so much, but when we get together, it has different meaning.
It has a different.
And I
Me too.
think the next question is that what are the challenges for you to be involved in this social challenge, or sorry, social change as an artist, and how could Songs for World Peace help you?
I think this is a really good question, actually. So usually people who are working in music business are business people.
Right.
The name is on it, basically, and not musicians. And only what they care about is how to create profit and how to make it work for themselves. And I decided not to work
Mm.
like when I was, I don't know, 18 years old, something like that. Community, I think it's a very different community. This is us basically, and we working together. We just because we need change, and if we don't do it, and if we don't create it for ourselves, who's gonna do it for us? So we need to do something about it. I
So
don't know
that,
if I answered the question.
yeah, so that was your way of taking first, not doesn't have to be first, but one of the steps.
Yes.
Thank you. And next question would be, what would be the would be a potential impact that you and your music could make to the world?
I believe that's a great question because I see myself as a hardworking person. And there was a time that actually I was 18 years old, but I said, okay, I'm going to start teaching. I'm going to change my surroundings. That was really something that I have been working on. I think what you can hear in my music is discipline. It's hard work, is thinking outside the box, pushing the limits, basically. Because it's a ChaharGah, but it's a blues, as you say. But the whole thing is music. And yes, there's a scale in it, but every time I play it, it's different. It sounds so different. I mean, when we play the head, yeah, sometimes it's the same thing. Sometimes the melody is the same because that was my emotional or my attitude at the time,
Mhm.
and I just had to put it out because I was angry. And when I just put it out, I could see it better, and I could basically use the energy
Mm.
to move forward. But to answer your question, I think it's the discipline, it's the hard work, and hopefully I can use the attitude and meaning of what I do. I can show it basically. I can show it off. I can show it off. I tried to answer. Sorry, I was lost myself.
Thank you. What's your goal as an artist?
So I translate art to the wiring inside me. That's how I translate art. I think my goal is to understand myself better. That's deep down really what my goal is, to understand myself better. And if I can understand myself better, hopefully I can be a help along the path with, to stay along the path with others. That's it.
Yeah, totally. I resonated so much. Thank you. Anything that you'd like to promote, or any events or anything that you wanna share with us?
I have an interesting project that
Mhm.
actually I would like to talk about. I
Yes.
recorded the 5-day improvisation recordings, 8 to 18 people, and it was a journey. It was a trip basically to freedom, I should call it. And I recorded it while I was in Boston. Hopefully, I'm mixing it and putting it out this year.
Ooh, what was it like? You went somewhere for 5 days and then recorded?
No, we actually did it at Berkeley. So it was one of the projects that
Okay.
for MPNE, because I studied dual major, I studied jazz performance and MPNE. For one of the projects, they gave us 5 days of studio, and we had to give them 3 songs. So I used the whole 5 days to record music, 8 hours, and I gave them 3 songs.
Okay, wow, intense.
Yeah, it was a journey. It was a trip, but it I think so. I speak to some of my friends that we recorded it. They say it was the most intense experience that they had, and it really was intense. But it was lovely. It was lovely. We all loved it.
So that was improvisation, right?
Yes,
So no pre-production. It was
nothing.
just production, diving
Play.
in.
Yeah, yeah. So we came up with some ideas. So like one day was, I mean, one part of the sessions was like each person had to come up with a word, and we improvise over the word or over the concept. And yeah, and then one day we had a conductor who was conducting us. Yeah, I mean, I called the nights. The first day was the war day. Actually, it was really like a war. The second day was the love day. Nobody wanted to leave the studio. I mean, I basically kicked them out because we had to return the room. It was really interesting. The third day was a music day, and I don't remember the whole thing, but I have everything written down. So
Wow. And when are you putting it out? When can we hear the music?
I have to make I have mixed view of the tracks, but it's 5 days recording, and the rule I put for myself was that I'm not going to edit anything. Whatever the song is, I'm just going to use that part. I mean, if I don't want anything, there's a section that I don't want, I'm just going to delete it. But I have to open up the sessions and select a few parts, and
Right, from that 5 days.
yes, hopefully two albums can come out. I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. Where can we find your music?
So I don't put music out really. There's not much that I have out. I have a SoundCloud that I have some stuff on it, and I have another SoundCloud account that I just use it for if I'm mixing music for you and you say, hey, do you have something for me to listen? I say, yeah, that's an account. Go listen to some music. I have a few tracks there for mixing. Yeah, not much.
Then when people are researching you on the website, can you spell that for us so that we can find your music?
Sure. So my full name is Milad Zendehnam, which is Milad Zendhnam. And sometimes I use Milad Zen because when I was in America, people couldn't pronounce my last name, so I just shorten it. So it becomes easier to say and to search me.
So
and I had
sorry. So if we type Milad Zen, we can find you.
Some stuff will come up, but
okay.
Yeah, and some stuff is Milad Zendehnam. So
okay, perfect. Yeah.